Hey, hi, this is Darren Fields. I'm here to talk to you about remote working. And, to state the obvious, it's been an incredibly challenging year for all of us and very unprecedented. And I'm sure there are images in all of our heads that sum up the year for you. But, one that really resonated with me was seeing a picture of the Hajj in 2019 versus 2020. And you sort of really see, wow, what a year it's been, and what a change, and what a difference a year makes. And there's also been a lot of events that are going to stick with us for a very long time, and hopefully some of those events and some of the things we've talked about this year will always be with us and always be discussed. But there was also, for me, a change in things like the language. So furlough, as an example, a term I'd never even heard before. I believe it's been used in the US before, but never heard it myself. And circuit breaker, something I always related to electricity, and all of a sudden it's about me being locked down in my home. So, lots of things changed in the world in 2020. But actually what really happened, what we saw was an acceleration in technology, and really an acceleration to help support our employees working from home. And what we also saw was that the people that really didn't adopt quickly, and the companies that hadn't got on board, really started to be impacted and are continuing to be impacted. Because really what we need to be able to do is create that platform for our employees that ensure that they can work remotely and securely at any time. What we also saw was an acceleration in the business fear on how do we create that secure environment. And there were really two messages that have really sort of come out of all of this for me. What will come out of this is not what happened, it's what changes it will drive in 2021 going forward. What has also been shown is that a displaced workforce, a remote workforce, is now a given. Now, whether that is going to increase by 20%, 40%, 60%, we don't know. But there's no going backwards, and we will never go back to the way we were before. So when we sell technology, it's my view that remote working and those who procure technology to support it are not looking for products. They're looking for us to give them solutions. They're looking for us to help them navigate all the complexities associated with it. I'm clearly biased as I work in application delivery and security. But whatever point of view you're coming from, you have to be looking at it from a solution approach, and you have to focus on changing culture and how we improve that employee experience. Let's just talk about what was home working. What's the starting point? We talked about home working or remote working. Home working was forced upon us by circumstances. Typically, remote workers were remote due to the role that they performed. What we saw in 2020 was, in most cases, everyone had to work from home. Yes, there were a few exceptions, but many of us were put into that lockdown situation. How many of us were at home where we experienced Wi-Fi outages because the service providers were inundated with the amount of people working remotely and at home, so had outages caused by it? How many of us were on business meetings when our kids ran in the room, or we had shouting from the kids in the other room? It certainly happened to me on many an occasion. And these are the things we had to really start to adapt to. We had to start really thinking about how do we create that work environment at home where we can actually be productive, where we can work in a way and a form that will give us the best possible performance. So that is not the definition of remote working. Remote working is about the idea of that digital nomad, the ability to perform at the highest levels no matter what location you are, whether that's traveling, whether that is at home. You have the ability to work in different places. And this really resonates with what we talk about at Citrix. Work is an activity and it's not a place. And how do we make sure that you have all the applications to be highly productive no matter what location? But there are differences between the office, the home working and the remote working, which I've tried to sort of show in these two reports, because actually what we all know is one of the things we all struggle with from a remote working perspective is is that ability to feeling lonely, that ability to be working and disconnected at home on your own, that ability to be able to turn off and on when we need to because of distractions and other things. And we all know those are some of the issues today. But what we've also seen is how many technology issues we've had. As I talked about before, how many of us had those sort of issues with connectivity. So what we need to be thinking about is how do we start to approach some of those issues? How do we make it about access to the availability of those applications, the tools, the services that we need to be productive in a secure environment? Do we have that ability? And remote and home working are really merging into one, whether it's the mental health issues or technology issues that hit us. We have to be able to retrofit technology and services and culture to the person based at home. And, many of our customers have had to do that for thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of locations in a very secure and productive manner. Our customers really need us to ensure remote working and business continuity is in place for all employees, both now and for the future. And we have to have a clear definition and understanding of what remote working is and how we at Citrix have a clear, critical part to play for our customers on this next journey. But there are also many trends that we've seen. Thinking through a few of those, health and safety and security are critical going forward. Many candidates that will now come for interview won't even look at a company if these things are not front and center as part of their corporate strategy. And Forrester recently did a piece of work a few months ago where they basically talked about the fact that the anywhere plus hybrid model will be the workforce of the future. It's with us now and it will be in the future. So we all have to adapt to that and understand that. What it also, I think, enables us to do is really start to think about some of the other really important things for us, like diversity. Diversity, this allows us, by having a remote model, to offer opportunities to people that wouldn't have that ability to work today, whether it's through disability, whether it's through mothers at home. They have great skills, and this gives us the ability to help them as well with careers and bring in excellent skills to our businesses. But also what we need to think about and improve is the automation to make sure that we can improve and be more effective. There are also a number of digital trends that we're all seeing. 5G is now becoming mainstream. CDP is also becoming mainstream. Cybersecurity is something that is critical for all of us going forward. The way we procure through e-commerce is changing all the time and will continue to change. I even noticed recently that the flip phone is back. It's coming back in a slightly improved form. Quantum computing is with us now. All of this shows that the nature of the way we do work and the way we consume products and the way we procure is changing. And all of this means that actually the clear winner here is hybrid cloud environments that will continue to accelerate, have to have privacy and confidentiality as part of that go-to-market. And this is where we have a real opportunity to play. So what does it mean for us at Citrix? We need to be able to help educate our customers. We are really talking now about delivering a different employee experience, one that is far more flexible and allows them to work from anywhere on any device at any time, which has always been the mantra from Citrix. But our customers are now having to realize that they need to have that business continuity in place and that approach now and always for the future. How do we also couple that with health? How do we make sure that we can provide that healthy, secure and safe environment for the employee to work within? No longer can we be just seen as a provider of technology, but a partner in building change management and really helping our customers to reassess how they're going to manage their technology going forward, but provide that positive experience to their employee. Can we also help them provide employees with that separation between work and home? Sharing learnings and best practices will also help foster the way to improve productivity and security. So how do we make sure we share those best practices between our customers? COVID has also raised that threat level for many customers that we must help them help continue to work securely with digital assets. So, one thing to think about as well, we went through the same challenges as our customers. We've come out the other side of this very successfully, and we have the ability and the technology to help our customers also be successful. What we absolutely have to do is continue to create that balance between personal and workspace. And I believe with Citrix, we give our customers the ability to do that. So if we look at it from a workspace perspective, the challenges our customers have are productivity barriers. They have too many applications to work through. They have limited access to information. They have poor application performance and very intrusive security aspects. By working with us in Citrix Workspace, we help them with productivity enablers. We reduce the amount of application that they need to access by giving them guided tasks. We give them a single workspace for applications and data. We enable them with a better network and connectivity to really give them that much more optimized experience. And we help them manage things on a contextual security basis so that they have access to the right applications when they need it, and also the right levels of security dependent on where they are. These are absolutely critical to providing that remote working experience going forward. A final thought for me, remote working is now the new normal. We just don't know how big it's going to be yet. It was interesting. I saw a program on CNN a few days ago where they discussed a topic of workcation, so W-O-R-K-ation. Yes, holidays and work merging together. The report stated they're seeing a 100 times increase in that activity. So, remote working is here to stay. And at Citrix, we can ensure that our customers get that best experience and that best employee experience going forward. Thank you for listening.